What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. A while back I did a video on some of the modifications that I made to my Harbor Freight 20-ton press. Overall, they've been working out great. I'll leave a link to that video. I think it'll be up here, I believe. But I can't leave well enough alone. So I decided to make some more modifications or improvements. So here we go. So the first thing I wanted to do was add a handle to the valve release on the jack. This one is actually an iron handle. I picked this up from McMaster Car. I'll leave a link down below to all these parts that I installed. But this, like I said, it's an iron handle. It's not screwed on. I measured the valve, got that diameter, and I found a handle the same size hole. And then here you can see I just drilled, I knocked the pin out of the other valve and I drilled the hole and I ran that pin through, and that pin is what's holding the handle on. You can see it on the other side there. Pin goes all the way through. Pin's nice and tight. The handle may rock, but it's not going anywhere. I thought about actually trying to thread this onto the valve, but I didn't want to drive it up against the jack. So I'm okay with it being loose. You know, it works great. So that was the first mod. The second one that I did was, because my press is on casters and I can wheel this thing around the shop if I have to move it, I didn't want to have to worry about the bottle jack going anywhere, because before it was just kind of sitting on this plate on the press bar and it would move around. Not that I was really worried about it ever falling, but better safe than sorry. So my jack actually had these two like eyelet bolts that were threaded into the top here. So all I did was I just removed the eyelet, marked the hole, drilled the plate, and then ran it up from the bottom, and then it threads into the top. So there's one on this corner, one in the back corner on the other side, and now this thing goes nowhere. And that should be an indication of the next mod that I did. So the next one had to do with the press plate, or the press bar, the one that goes across here. There was a lot of play in there. I could have just probably bent these tabs over, bent the ears over, maybe made it a little bit tighter. But that that wouldn't help with the side to side. It would help with the like front to back, but not the side to side. So what I did was I got these are actually 1/4-20 set screws. So there's two here, two on the other side, and there's actually two in the bottom that go this way, and same on this side. So I just drilled and tapped these holes for 1/4-20 for the set screws. But what makes these really cool, these are the set screws that I got. Let's see if I can get these things out of here. One hand trying to hold the camera here. So here are the set screws, but I'm not sure how well it's going to show up there. That green is actually a nylon tip. So rather than have just a set screw in there with the metal riding along there and maybe, you know, causing some noise, or, you know, I really didn't want to scratch the paint on my nice press. Now, you know, these nylon tips just ride right along there, and there's no noise to them now. Now there's no, you know, there's no play. I just snugged them up. I didn't run them down tight, but there's no movement now in that crossbar. No noise, no movement, no nothing. So that was the third mod. The fourth mod that I did has to do with the shelf pins, or the shelf rods. These are the rods that go underneath the press shelf and hold it up in place. I picked up these shaft collars here, and they're held on with a set screw. Now I measured these rods and I thought they were 3/4 of an inch, so I ordered obviously a shaft collar that will fit on a 3/4 inch rod. The rods are actually more like 13/16. So I did have to hog this out in order to get it to fit on the rod. But now, when I want to go and set the rod, I just set it in place. Now I can shove it in and it'll stop right up against the plate. I don't have to worry about it going out the backside. I don't have to worry about it, you know, over time getting used, maybe moving that way at least. And then I just go ahead and I set the weight down, and now that rod is in place and I don't have to worry about it moving at all. The fifth mod is probably one of the best mods I've done to this press. Well, except for the winch mod. The winch mod, that's the best one. This one, it's a close second. So for me, the lighting in this area isn't exactly the best. So I decided to put a little illumination on the situation. So I picked up a couple of these 1,000 lumen LED shop lights from Harbor Freight. I think these were like 15 bucks a piece. And that now gives me plenty of light when I'm trying to work on my press. So there you go, guys. 5 more mods to really improve the usability of your Harbor Freight 20-ton press. Appreciate you for watching. Hit that subscribe, hit the bell, and I'll catch you on the next one.